What up, YouTube Elleix? Coming back at you with another custom StarCraft 2 cast. We are back, baby. Spawning on the bottom left-hand side of the map, it's our orange Xayid player U going up against his opponent. Spawning on the top right-hand side of the map, it's our blue Zerg player Stassin, who's actually going for a hatchery first. So he's going for some sort of macro play. Now, I apologize for my extended absence. I initially meant to have my vacation last only 1 month, and then 1 month turned into 2. I got COVID right after the new year, and just as I recovered from COVID, we had a huge ice storm that knocked out my power for about 4 or 5 days. So I was stuck out of town for an extra like 2 weeks. It was a nightmare, but we are back, and I am stoked to be casting some custom StarCraft 2. If you guys are new to my channel, I do cast a lot of custom StarCraft 2 content, so if that's something you're interested in watching more of, please consider shooting me a subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Now back to the show. It looks like you was also going for an early expansion, but he did throw down the scavenger nest first, and he's actually walling off his natural base location. Now, one thing to consider if you're not familiar with the custom Zion races mod is that even though the Xayid look a lot like the Zerg, they play like a mix between the Zerg and the Terran. As you can see, we have larva on one of the macro structures, so they do not produce units from their main mining structure like the Zerg do, and we have what is going to be a scavenger. Scouting around, may actually spot the third base, but doesn't. I don't think he does. Does he see this? He does not see this. So, as far as you knows, Stassin is on 2 bases for the time being, but based on what he's seeing, you know, he might not realize that there's a third hatchery coming down. He sees, I believe he sees. Let's take a look, actually. No, he actually didn't scout. He didn't scout the main base, so he did not see the spawning pool. So all he saw was the second base, the natural base, and we already have Zerglings coming down, but I think you will be able to hold on. He has what is going to be the feeding pool, which is it's like a supply depot and like a healing well. So this is a really interesting structure. I believe it heals 3 units at a time. We also have the Scorpelisk at the wall right here. So he is chilling. I really don't think Stassin is pushing to win. I think he's actually just pushing, or was pushing, to do some scouting. But no, we have the Zerglings, which are not on the map anymore. Taking a look at the units, we have what are going to be 3 Zerglings running around somewhere on the map. Or are they chilling at home? We actually have one right here, so maybe not. Anyway, you guys, I'm feeling rusty. I haven't done a StarCraft 2 cast for like 2 months. It's been a minute, but we have the Scorpelisk. I believe the Scorpelisk will be able to take out this queen, but instead you is going for the creep tumors. I think the Scorpelisk is actually going on a suicide mission. Will he survive? Will he get any kills? Man, those Scorpelisks are tanky, but no kills for that Scorpelisk, unfortunately, except for, I believe, the 1 creep tumor. But it did give you a lot of scouting information, because now at this point, based on the direction that the creep was going, he's got to know that there's a third hatchery on the map, if not already finished. And it is already finished, so you absolutely knows what is going on. Stassin with his cheeky Overlord just floating right next to the natural base location for you. Taking a look at the units being produced, I believe we see what are going to be Raptors. So here we go. The Raptors, like a high-speed uncloaked Banshee is how I would put this. I don't remember if it shoots up or down. It's been a minute since I played the custom Zion races mod. It's been way too long since I played StarCraft in general. I was going to do it on my laptop, on my Microsoft Surface, because I was like, hey, look, you guys, it's been so long since I've done a cast that I may as well try. But my Microsoft Surface could not handle playing StarCraft and recording at the same time. I literally thought that little computer was going to explode, but here we go. We have the Raptors, and they do shoot up, evidently. So they answered my own question. They will take out this sneaky Overlord. That will not supply block Stassin, though. Taking a look at the army supply, 68 to 65, so these guys are very evenly matched, and we have what are going to be Scorpelisks running in towards the Zerg side of the map. And, oh, okay, okay, this Overlord will live to see another few seconds. I wonder if you had those hotkeyed, or if he was just paying attention to to this engagement right here, which would make sense. This is a lot of queens, and we have what are going to be, I think, 3 of the 5. I believe it was 5 Scorpilisks running around, but at the very least, still getting some scouting information. Sees that there are a lot of queens on the Zerg side of the map, and also sees what is still likely a 3-base Zerg, but at the same time, based on the fact that there are so many queens and not a lot of other units, I would be suspicious that maybe there's a 4th base on the far right side, the like top far right side of the map. So that is just something to keep in mind. We also have the Assailant. I don't remember what this thing does. I don't think it's a spellcaster. I think this is an anti-ground unit. I think. Like I said, it's been way too long since I played StarCraft 2, man. It's been so long. We also have what is going to be a sneaky Overlord chilling on the bottom right-hand side of the map, likely spotting a 4th base for his orange Xayid opponent. And you guys, I can smell my roommate cooking. He's cooking salmon or something, and it smells so good. He has no idea what he's doing to me, man. Now, here we go. We have it is going to be some yo-yoing with these Raptors, taking out a few workers. Only 2 workers killed so far. Now, 3 workers killed by our orange Xayid player, and 3 workers killed also by our blue Zerg player. So, like I said, very evenly matched. But what do we have here? We have a lot of Ravagers coming down, and we have what is going to be we have queen drops, dude. I don't think I've actually ever seen this before, ever. In my time casting StarCraft, in the year that I've been casting this game, I don't think I've seen a queen drop. This is super aggro, man. And here we go. We have what is going to be the front door at the natural base location in danger. We have a creep tumor being thrown down by these pooped overlords. And the queens using the creep from the overlords to throw down that creep tumor. So this is going to give the queens a lot more speed. And this is just going to give a huge advantage to our blue Zerg player in terms of going on the offense. We have what is going to be the 3rd scavenger nest going down. We have a lot of units on the far right side, a lot of workers that evacuated that somehow survived. How many workers went down? 10 workers killed by our blue Zerg player. And I think I mixed that up. I said that Zerg killed 3 workers earlier, but I think he actually killed 3 units, not 3 workers. But I can't remember. Now, here we go. We have a big engagement. We do have the mass lists, and we have the forced worker pull by our orange Xayid player. But Stassin is going all in right now. I think this might be a slight overcommit from our blue Zerg player. You able to clean this up, but that was looking really scary. At the same time, he's been pushed down to 2 bases. Stassin still on 3 bases though, so that was straight up a 3-base all in. Oh man, that was a really cool engagement. But taking a look at the resources lost, oh man, what was my resources lost? Here we go. Resources lost 4,700 to 4,400. So honestly, still relatively even. And keep in mind that even though Stassin is still on 3 bases, he did push you to 2 bases, and you is now finally throwing down this base, but in sight of this creep, of the remaining creep. So I believe Stassin will see that base is being replaced, which, if you are familiar with StarCraft 2, you would know that your opponent would want to throw that thing down ASAP. And here we go. We finally have a 4th base being thrown down by our blue Zerg player. And we have what is going to be some retaliation coming out from our orange Xayid player. Taking a look at the units, we have 101 supply to 120. Army supply is 55 to 56 though. So relatively even. Worker supply is 46 to 64 in favor of Stassin. So Stassin is ahead in that worker supply, and that is likely because of that super aggressive all-in play that we just witnessed. And here we go. We have what is going to be a big engagement at the 3rd base location, but Stassin is prepared, and you deciding, you know what, on second thought, maybe I'll back off and see what I can do. At the same time, though, we have what is going to be some harassment with these Raptors. How many workers killed now? 27 workers killed. Oh, wait, no, 6 workers killed by Orange and 27 by Blue. So still a big workers killed lead for our Blue Zerg player. And the Raptors running home, deciding, hey, you know what? We got enough scouting information. We saw what was going on, and now we know that there's a 4th base on the top right side of the map. We have a couple spore crawlers here to protect that 4th base's mineral line. And here we go. What is Stassin saying? He's saying, I actually have no idea which army would win, really. And you know what? That's fair. That's fair. And playing custom StarCraft 2, it's kind of hard if you're not really familiar with these races. And I feel like for the custom Zion races mod, the Xayid is played the least. He's like, I can't gauge how good mass lists are or how bad. And you know what? I think the mass lists are actually pretty good. They have a short range kind of a ground-to-ground ability, but then they can siege up, they can burrow and do anti-air damage. But in this case, I don't think we're going to see that. This is a ground-heavy army. And here we go, Stassin going for the kill. I think he just has powers in numbers, though. And yes, we see what is going to be the orange Xayid army getting melted by the Hydralisks and the Roaches. And we have one infestor here, which is possibly an accidental infestor. I think it's possible Stassin accidentally used that or accidentally pressed the hotkey that spawned that thing. Now, here we go. We have what is going to be a possible attack at the natural base location, but this base is almost mined out. What I would do, I think, is go for the 3rd base for you, and then go for the main base. But it looks like Stassin actually going for the natural base. We have some good macro by you, though, able to resupply his army, but I'm not sure this is enough. Stassin going for the all-in once again, but no, retreating this time. I think he really had this, though. There's only 2 Masslisks left, and what is this thing? This is the Eroder, so also an anti-ground, I think an anti-armor unit, if I'm not mistaken. I'm sure you'll see this game. Let me know if the Eroder is an anti-armor unit. I think it was compared to an Immortal once, if I'm not mistaken. Now, Stassin is just chilling. He's going siege mode. He's gonna starve out his opponent, and he's saying, okay, now 2-2, so I attack Stassin. That is some manner, my guy. He's like, hey, look, I'm going to tell you what my upgrades are and then just go for the attack. And taking a look at the upgrades, actually, here we go, upgrades. We do have 2-2 for our Blue Zerg player. You throwing out the GG, giving the victory to our Blue Zerg player, Stassin. If you guys enjoyed what you saw, please consider shooting me a like and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. And if you want me to cast any of your own games, I will leave my email and Discord down in the description below. And I'll see you guys on the next one.